Good morning, everyone. Happy Sunday. Here we are again. I know it's your favourite day of the week. It is mine, actually. So, following on from the little video that I posted on Tuesday with regards to the conundrum over the 3K views. Thanks to the people that did leave a comment. I appreciate your comments in trying to solve the riddle. One person said something about algorithms, and somebody else said something about bots, which I have heard these two words before in connection with how numbers work on social media platforms. I have heard those words used before, but I'm not going to puzzle over it anymore. Well, out of the 3K views, I got 18 likes and I've gained a few new subscribers. I'm happy. I'm happy. I'm not going to puzzle over it anymore. It is what it is, and it did come about for whatever reason, whether you stumbled on the video by accident or YouTube recommended it to you. I don't know, but yeah, it is what it is, and yeah, that video's gone, and I'm grateful for the 3K. I'm grateful to the new subscribers, and I'm grateful for all the likes as usual. So today what I thought I would do is I'm going to actually read you 5 poems. 5 poems I'm going to read you today. I'm going to read you one of the very first poems that I ever wrote, and it is from actually the madness of Corona. And the last poem that I'm going to read is a poem that I wrote at the tail end of last week, which I wrote using a prompt. And why I did that, or why I am doing that, is I want you to gauge from 2020 to now, to hopefully see the improvement in my writing, and that's why I'm doing this today. In between those 2 poems, I am actually also going to take 1 poem from each book that I self-published as well. I'm going to do that. I'm not going to muck about too much today. I'm not going to digress too much today. I am going to do a little giveaway at the end of the video, a different one to last week, but I just really today I want to concentrate on my poetry, because that is what I'm here for. Hopefully that is what you're here for, and yeah, that's all I want to do today. I don't want to muck about and talk nonsense and talk about things that really are not important in the grand scheme of things. So I am actually just going to dive right in, guys, and I'm going to read you the first, as I say, one of the first poems that I ever wrote, which was in April 2020, at the start of the pandemic. And this poem is called Today. The sky is clear and blue. Summer days? Not quite. You could be fooled into thinking that, were it not for the cold north wind that continues to blow. I sit on a bench and watch the people go by, on foot, on bikes, with dogs and babies that cry. Most don't see me at all. I think I must be invisible. A few catch my eye, and we smile as I cast my mind back to a place much warmer than this. The sea is blue, and the people much friendlier too. I hope to revisit so I can dip my toes in the ocean. When will that be? Soon, I hope, so I can go. Pack a case, board that plane and smile. It's good to daydream for a while. And as it happens, I didn't get to do that until, two years later. But yeah, that was actually, as I say, one of the first poems I did ever write, and it was in the madness of Corona, which I paid a publisher to publish that. It's not in publication anymore, and I'm quite happy that it's not in publication anymore. And that's all I'm going to say, really. So the next poem is called The Unwelcome Guest, and it is actually, it's from the first book that I self-published. I think it might have been the beginning of last year, and it's from the chapter called Me and My Shadow, and the book I did actually call it Me and My Shadow. That book, I would say, in terms of the poetry, I did again deal a lot with mental health. I was in a state of grief at that time, so there was a few poems that were related to grief, but it is, as I always say, a very eclectic mix of words. And this poem is called The Unwelcome Guest, and this poem actually describes depression and what it feels like when depression arrives at your door. And if you suffer from depression, then you might be able to resonate with this poem. It arrives without warning, then makes itself at home. The unwelcome guest that makes you want to cry. When it does, it is best to comply. You can try to fight, but it always wins. It steals your thoughts without a care. Once again, you are on your knees, naked and exposed, waiting for it to leave and find another host. It tramples through your mind with its dirty feet, no corner missed. The unwelcome guest that no one sees arrive. On your fears and weaknesses it thrives. When it does decide to depart, you breathe a sigh of relief and once again say, I survived. The next poem is from my second self-published book, which I think I didn't wait very long in between publishing Me and My Shadow and Once Upon a Time. I think I actually published Once Upon a Time maybe last summer. So yeah, I really didn't wait that long in between both books. This poem is called Courage, and it's actually from the very first chapter in Once Upon a Time, which is called Little Girl. To be brave and have courage, what does that mean? Walking into a battle outnumbered, or fighting an illness that no one else sees. To stand back up and brush yourself down. Courage does not always need to roar and shout. Never give up trying, even when you have been crying and sobbing your heart out until the tears dry. Courage says, I will try. I will try and get through this. Take each day as it comes. I am human, and I am allowed to be weak. I have weathered other storms, and I will get through this one. I am brave, I am strong, I will not come undone. This poem is from the last book that I published, and I published this in Valentine's Day of this year. And it's from chapter 3, and chapter 3 is called Lust, and this poem is called She Knew. As they languished in the afterglow of their love-making, her heart was breaking. She knew that he was hers to have but not to keep. As passionate as their desire for each other had been, what she wanted most of all was only a dream. He had enjoyed every inch of her body, and to him she had submitted with ease. But deep in her heart she knew he would never love her. He liked to play. He had told her that from the beginning. Could she make him love her? Could she make him stay? Questions and words she was too afraid to say were swirling around in her mind. Now as she lay listening to the sound of his breath, she was consumed with regret. Then as he got up and lit a cigarette, she knew. And this poem, I wrote this poem at the tail end of last week, and this was written using a prompt. The person that was hosting the prompt gave you a group of sentences to work with, and I just picked one sentence to work with. It is a bit, I'd say it's a bit lovey-dovey, and if you know my writing, you know I really don't go in for lovey-dovey writing, but I did get quite a few comments, good comments, after I posted it, and the lovely lady that hosted the prompts was very complimentary about it as well, which, you know, it's nice, and that's how it works on that page. It's just a really nice mutual appreciation of each other's work. So it doesn't have a title because I used a prompt. Every night she gazes up at the sky. Silent tears fall from her eyes as her heart plays a symphony of pain. Only the moon knows the story of her soul. It has seen the night she has cried for him in vain. If only it could turn her tears into dewdrops of lunar love and disperse them like rain. But all it can do is shine a light on her plight, bringing with it the hope that one night he too will look up at the sky and hear the stars say her name. So you've been spoilt today, guys. You've had 5 poems, you know, and I am going to do a little something now as well, a little giveaway, not the same as I did last week. What I'm going to do this week is somewhere on my page, my YouTube page, there should be a section which says about, and in that section my email address should be there. It's not my proper one that I use for important. It's like a spare email address that I would be using for this type of thing. And if you can't find it, just in case you can't find it, it is watsonmargaret16@outlook.com. The first 3 people that email me with "Hi Maggie," and that's enough. Please don't write me a huge big long email, because that's not what I'm looking for. The first 3 people to just send me an email saying "Hi Maggie," then I will send you a PDF copy of A Jar of Stars. Okay? So that's the first 3 people who I get an email from saying "Hi Maggie." I will send you a PDF copy of A Jar of Stars. What I would like you to do, only if you want to, I'm not begging for a review, but if you like it, if you could please go on to Amazon and leave a review, I would be very grateful, because I really do think that reviews matter a great deal. In fact, an American poet who I follow on Instagram, and he follows me, he sent me a PDF of his book a couple of weeks ago. I was unsure if Amazon would let me leave a review because I hadn't actually bought the book, but they did. So they will let you leave a review. I'm sure they will, because they did it. They let me leave a review, no problem. And yeah, if you could leave a review, but just the first 3 people who say, "Hi Maggie," and I'll send you a PDF of A Jar of Stars. Okay? So, well, there we are. We're nearly 18 minutes, just like that. So I'm going to start wrapping up. Thanks everyone that tuned in today. Thank you to all the new subscribers that have subscribed. Thanks for all the likes. Thanks for your comments. And hopefully you are here for the right reasons. And I will see you all again next week. Same time, same place. As always, take good care and stay safe. Bye for now.